All right, let's just do a quick little audio check, shall we? Perfect. Hello and welcome to PGR League Racing. I'm your host, Sidonian Muse. Tonight, we are doing the 6th race of our season here in Sao Paulo, here in Brazil, Interlagos. As always, before we get into our short qualifying session, which will set the grid for the race, figure out the positions, who's starting pole, we're going to start off with 2 quick race interviews from 2 of our drivers. The first one being someone who's watched last season may know. I'm pretty sure finished 4th in the drivers last season, by the name of Firewater, who just had his first podium of the season last week at Miami. So we're going to get him in here and have a little chat with him first before we get going. Oh, we just had him and we just lost him immediately. There we go. Make sure your audio is included, and I'm just gonna do a quick little check because the other week Pete's audio was being very funky, so I'm gonna make sure I got you there. Sure I can hear you. No, I still can't. Nope. Tats even just typed in the chat. Nope. Well, I can hear you. I'm on stream. I mean, just make sure. Like, even just quickly disable it and like re-enable it. See if that fixes it. If not, let me see. Still nothing. Here, the only thing to get to work last time when this happened with Pete was you had to leave the party and I had to re-invite him, and then it like worked.
Leave.
Get Firewater back in here. Gotta love technology, folks. Gotta love it when technology just can't work right away. Let me see if I can hear you. Oh my god, Xbox. I still can't hear you in here. What's going on? Oh my. Just, Loves it. Read the chat. Well, why are you saying read the chat, Peter? So can you guys hear him or what? Because when I loaded up, I could not hear you. But someone's saying in chat, I hear him, but he's quiet. Okay. So I guess sometimes it just doesn't kick in right away, is what someone is saying. Okay, so we'll just fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Enough delays, I guess. So man, after all that bullshit, how are you doing tonight, man? How are you feeling here in Brazil? How's your confidence on track tonight? Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. That's great to hear that you're able to find a solution to the problems that this game has unfortunately suffered in its first couple months with the audio issues. Been a big one. Obviously, you just said that you've had, obviously those races have made it a bit of a rough start for you so far this season. But regardless of that, you did just have a podium last race at Miami. So, do you have any goals like for this season coming up, going forward? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome to see, man. We've had lots of different race winners here so far this season, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see you on top one of these nights. It's only a matter of time. Now, obviously, if people don't know, you were in the McLaren last season. So, how is the Haas in comparison this time around? Okay, that's yeah. I've spent a little bit of time racing with the Haas too recently, and yeah, it's it got its flaws, but it's not a bad car though. Uh, yeah, it just takes some getting used to. And my final question for you, man, before I let you go, is what are your what are your final like thoughts on F122 so far from what you've seen, since you've been pretty, you only just recently got it not too long ago, only 2 or 3 weeks ago, so. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This league has definitely brought me into the fold of this sport, and I've really grown fond and grown a love for F1 as well. So, massive shout outs to Slim for creating this this little league that we get to, this little moment that we get to share every week and see crazy shit happen out. Yeah, 100%, man. It's great having you here with me tonight. Again, apologies for those issues. Some nights Twitch is feeling nice, sometimes it's not. But persevered through it. You have a good race now, man. Hopefully we'll see you up there in maybe another podium, maybe even a win. Going for the dub. Going for the dub. All right, man. Yeah, no worries, man. Good luck with your race. And that's Firewater, one of our Haas drivers. His teammate's not here tonight, looks like, Doyle. So, quickly before we get going here, we're just going to get abrupt in here for our second quick little interview of the night. Yo. Not much. Let me just check the stream. I think I can hear you. I think we're good. Yeah, there's just something weird that's not normal. It's like there's something weird going on with Twitch tonight, but like with the audio, I don't know, it's weird. But we'll get through it anyway, though, man. Don't want to hold people up too much longer. With all this shit that's been going on. So we were talking about this the other night privately. But how are your thoughts on your on the seasons and the competition so far? Obviously, you know, you were third in the drivers last season, but we've had some new people join us. You know, Vodka's really been turning up. He's really coming out here to win. Have you felt that the competition's been a lot more, I don't know necessarily difficult, but more of a challenge this time around? Exactly, yeah, because that's something that I've always complimented you on. I feel like you're there, you know, you're definitely one of the most consistent racers in the league with your performance last season. So we're just waiting for you to have that breakthrough race, and maybe that's going to be tonight. How have you been feeling in the practice sessions here in Brazil? Yeah, speaking of which, do you have a rival that you're like competing against this season? Who's someone who's like really pushing you to, like, you know, get better? Okay, that's interesting to hear. 'Cause some of the guys, you know, like Smoke and Slingshot, like to go at each other. You know, Great Ace and Grey Bush. So, but you know, you're saying that you've kept things like you're more like internal. It's more like internal like struggle going on. So that's in yeah with the Williams. So I'm guessing you haven't been a fan of the Williams this year. No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. So as I was saying, now, one last quick question, since before we get into the short quality, I'm just gonna ask you one last question before I let you go, and that's who's showing really good pace here tonight? Who do you think's gonna be up there at the front? Yeah, considering how short this track is, like one, yeah, I can definitely see that for sure, man. But yeah, thanks for joining me, man. I don't want to hold you up too long because we were getting all the issues we had with beginning of Firewater's interview. So good luck with your race tonight. Hopefully, we see you up in the top 5. Yeah, or even your first podium, because it's possible. Bad, your teammate bad. He's gotten 2. He's gotten 2 so far. So hope to see you up there, man. All right, have a good race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our drivers, Abrupt, who finished third in the drivers last season. He's been having a bit of a rough start here this season. The Williams, not a big fan of the car, but hopefully he can show us what he can do here tonight. Here in Brazil, his teammate Bad just coming out of the pits now, about to start his out lap. Let's see who we can hop on with, who started their hot laps. And sure enough, it looks like one of our fastest drivers here tonight, Vodka Victory, has started his hot lap. So we're gonna hop on with him first and see what he posts for his first lap. Since it appears he is going to be the first one around the track. Though it looks like Slingshot is also just started a hot lap. So we'll see what the Alpine Slingshot posts as well after Vodka. I might hop over to Slingshot. We might also try to catch... ooh, we got a yellow there. Got some yellows. I think the Alpha Gator might be having some trouble there. Seems in that general area, and Vodka's going to start us off here tonight with a 109.9. Just throwing that up there, just testing the waters. See how that shapes up with everyone else. Let's catch the end of Benzo's hot lap. He is not going to beat that. Unfortunately for him, he's going to get a 111.2. Great Ace, he's not even going to post that time. Actually, Great Ace is going to post a 112.2. As I said, we're going to check out Slingshot here, coming up towards the end of his as well. It looks like he's not even pushing here. Driver slow around that turn. Looks like he's not going to get a really... He must have made some mistakes earlier on. His teammate, Slavage here, currently on his right now. We can see Gator posting time. Obviously, he's going to want to go again, though. Doesn't want to start from the back. You can see the Ferrari of Slim also posting 111.2, just ahead of Great Ace there. Full second faster, though. So a substantial amount ahead of him, for sure. As Uncle Larry goes 0.2 faster than Vodka, he's at the top currently. But again, speaking of devils, I was about to say Pete and Benzo hadn't posted times yet. Benzo posting a 109.4. Slavage is going to post 115. Obviously, he's going to go again. Not too happy with that. Pete's on his out lap now. We'll hop on with him when he gets the chance there. Graybush here currently coming around in the third sector. We'll see what he posts. We'll see what he can get, because I believe he wasn't able to post time, or he hasn't really had some really good qualifying sessions this season so far, but he's going to post a time. It's going to be 114.3. It's going to put him just ahead of Slavage there for the time being. Slavage probably going to try to go again, though. I would imagine Firewater definitely going to be going again later in the quality session as well, I would imagine. As we see here, we're going to hop on with Pete now. Pete about halfway through his hot lap. You see Red Bull going way off track there. You're on board with Pete the Newfie. Lots of other guys have posted times. Let's see. Smoke has now also posted his first time, 118. He's not going to be too happy with that either. Bad also going to want to go again at that time. So a lot of these times are not going to be final. I feel like a lot of these drivers can definitely do better than what they've put down there so far. We'll just have to wait and see. And we'll see where this... Is Pete going to post this? Yes, he is. He's going to post this for now and go again, I guess. Because that's only going to be a 114.2 for Pete there right now. But he still has half his battery. So he's going to try to go again. And we're going to wait and watch. We'll see if he saves any time here in Sector 1. Saves about 10th. It's not going to do too much for him, though. Again, I feel like a lot of drivers are losing time on that final turn before the straight there. They seem to be going rather slow through there. Oh. A little bit of a change up there. Let's see Pete's Sector 2 time there as Slavage bumps his way up to a 110.9. Moving him up into 4th there, just ahead of Great Ace, who has now posted a 111 clean. 111 dead on the dot. Pete saves, like I said, that turn. He did it so slow last time. He just saved a full 4 seconds on his time in that second sector. That's how slow that turn was for him. And now, Pete the Newfie is going to hop up with the fastest lap of the quali session so far to 1:08.6. Almost a full second faster than Benzo. Let's see someone else who's now posted a time. Smoke has now fixed up his time. Hopped up 1:10.6. Graybush here, not going to be posting this lap. Down so much time. Firewater, though, he's starting fresh. We're going to hop on with him for now and see if Firewater can get a time posted. 10 minutes left of the quali session. Only people left to post times are Abrupt, Firewater, and Stony. Stony, another driver who could easily just show up and win a race at any point in time. You never really know. He did have a win last season. He won Bahrain. He has yet to have his breakout performance of the season so far as well. So we'll see if he can do it in here tonight. Hasn't done anything yet here so far, though. As Firewater's coming around. Let's see what this gets him. And Firewater is going to post a 1:10.3, which is going to hop him up to just 2/10 faster than Slavage there. Going to hop him into 5th below Vodka. Not bad at all for his first time post of the quali session. Graybush now, as you can see though, has now improved his time a lot. A 1:10.8. He's now in 8th, just 2/10 faster than his rival Great Ace in the McLaren. Again, he hasn't quite had the race yet this season, so we'll see if this is the night for Graybush, aka I Do Tattoos. But Abrupt now hopping up into 5th. Now he's taking 5th away from Firewater. He's hopping up to 109.8, just barely slower than Vodka. And Gator also improves his time substantially and posts a 110.2. So right now, a lot of the drivers have cleaned up a lot of their times. Now Slingshot has fallen to the back of the grid. But he is going around here again, and he's going to improve his time. So now Slingshot is going to post a 1:10.7, which is going to hop him up to 10th, just ahead of Graybush. So now Slim is at the back. Now the pressure is on Slim. Now if Stony posts a time, Slim will be starting from the back. Let's just wait and see. Gator not saving any time there. Abrupt not saving any time. Ira Vodka is up almost 2/10 there though. The end of his But now yeah, I don't know what happened there. Huh. It's quite strange. It was like saying he was saving time, but then he was up so much time? I don't know. Very confusing here. Same thing with Bad's... Let's see. Bad still has a lot of energy. His time right now not looking that impressive, but maybe he'll be able to improve it here. Let's just wait and see what Bad Madhu can do. And he spins. Oh my god, commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. I'm sorry, Bad. I'll claim responsibility for that. As we see, Smoke going about even here, seeing if he can improve his time at all, get a bit further up on the grid. Stoney though, Stoney still has just been sitting in the pits this entire time. 6 minutes left to go. Still hasn't posted a lap time yet. Slim is coming out again though. Slim is going to try to improve his time. Move up. He's going to try to move up a couple spaces as well. And if we just hop on real quick, we can see the Ferrari of Pete Danufi. He is not going to improve his time. Okay, just have to check Vodka, though. Vodka is saving time here as well. Smoke, unfortunately, looking like he's not going to save any time there at the end, unfortunately. So we'll hop back with Vodka. Vodka. Oh. Yeah. And Vodka's slowing down to let the other drivers go. So that's not going to be much famous. There was a yellow flag there. It looks like Smoke had more issues there in Sector 1. Bad's also gone wide there as we just caught. He's having to safely return to track. So that did completely mess up Slim's hot lap, unfortunately. So this is really bad for the Ferrari driver here now. So he's had to suffer through those yellow flags. Because of this, most drivers are not going to be able to post much better time. Great ace, though. If he doesn't get stopped by any yellow flags, this could be an improvement for Great Ace. Let's hold on, see. As most drivers are going back into the pits now, possibly come back out for their one final go of the quali session. And right here, Great Ace is up almost half a second. Who was that? Ghosted right in the middle of the track. That was Graybush. I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know why he was just stopped and ghosted in the middle of the track. And Great Ace is going to post his lap time at 110.0. I think Ace is definitely going to have some words about that. I don't know why. Graybush just happened to be stopped right in the middle of track. Now, he was ghosted, but he was in Great Ace's way, technically. If there was no ghosting, that would be really poor form. So I don't know what was going on there. It seemed that might have been a bit of a rivalry moment there, trying to fuck with each other. But at the end of the day, what do I know though? But anyways, Great Ace. It looks like he's still up more. No, he lost a little bit there because he hugged that curb. Hugged the side of the track there. I don't think he's going to save much more time. But he already has a decent time. He's managed to push himself all the way up into 6th. So it's great for him. Pete's still holding this fastest lap right now. Larry, Benzo, Vodka. Only going to have like one more shot at this. Seems the one who's closest so far has been Larry. Only a couple tenths off Pete. No one else is even remotely close right now. Some drivers going around for their final lap of the quality session as Slim has retired. Slim is going to be starting from the back along with Stoney. It looks like Stoney is not going to be posting a lap time at all for Brazil. And Bad Madu has now gone off track as well. So Bad is going to be stuck in the back as well. So we got confirmation on that. That is for sure. Larry's in the pits. It looks like Larry is done. Looks like Larry's not going to get a final time, another time in either. So it's literally down to Pete and Benzo here. It's looking like for pole. Benzo's the only one who really has a chance of taking it away from Pete here. As we see, a lot of drivers have given up here, unfortunately. However, we do still have Slavage, who's now worked his way up into 4th with the 109.6, just ahead of Vodka. Both him and Vodka still going around. As like I said, Bad Madu, Slim, and Stoney are going to be starting at the back. They've all retired. Big accident. Looks like something happened to Gator there, going through the end of the track. So he's done. Greybush has retired. He's keeping his time. He's done. Slavage crossing the line here now. Not going to improve, unfortunately. Vodka now crossing the line. He's not really going to improve much. Again, the Alfa Romeo of Gator there letting Benzo go. Benzo is going to cross the line. Is he going to beat Pete? No, he's not. He lost a lot of time there at the end, unfortunately. So Benzo is going to be stuck with his time, and it's looking like it's going to be it. Pete the Newfie going off track there. He doesn't care. It's looking like a pretty set pole position there for him now. No one can really compete with him right now. Only person out on track is Uncle Larry. So we're going to hold on with him. But even Uncle Larry hasn't saved any time yet here on this final lap. It's all down to this Larry lap, I believe. So let's see what his time save is coming out of the second sector. Nope, he's still down at 10th. That's not going to be enough. And he spins. So that is it. Pete the Newfie gets pole here in Brazil. He will be starting from pole position in our race momentarily. So it looks like it's going to be a starting grid of Pete, Larry, Benzo at the front, followed by Slavage and Vodka. Abrupt's coming around now. He is up a 10th, though. But now he's lost all that time. That is going to be it for Abrupt as well. So I think that's it. I think that is everyone. So Abrupt's going to be starting in 6th. Firewater starting in 7th. Great Ace with a big improvement. Moved himself up into 8th. Gator in 9th. Kind of fell back off a little bit. Made some mistakes. Couldn't really improve his time. Greybush in 10th. One of his better quality performances so far this season, out-qualifying Smoke, who started with a lackluster 11th, considering some of the qualifying sessions he's had this season. Slingshot starting in 12th. Bad starting in 13th after his going off track there. Wasn't able to improve his time. Slim starting in 14th. He kind of got... one of his hot laps kind of got ruined by yellow flags. So he's going to be starting second last. And then Stoney will be starting the race from the back in the Mercedes. Our sole Mercedes driver here tonight. So, who's going to win tonight? Could this be Benzo Slice's first win of the season? Could it be Pete's third win of the season? We'll have to wait and see. I feel like it's going to be a big fight between them. But then you can't count Larry out. Larry still looking to fight Pete in for the Drivers' Championship. And if he wants to do that, he needs another win. Or else this is going to spiral out of control in Pete's favor. So anything's possible. Could see Or will this be another win for Slavage or Vodka? Who knows? But one thing is for certain, as always, the drivers will now take their quick little 5-minute intermission to get everything straightened away, get a glass of water, take a leak. Anything that they got to do quickly before we get into this race, they are going to do it in the next 5 minutes. So as always, I will return with commentary. I'll be back with you momentarily, chat, in 5 minutes. Alright, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here, ready to get going. The drivers are just getting into position now, doing this quick formation lap to set the grid. And I'm just making sure I got all my settings here so we don't miss anything once this race begins. So let's just take a quick second to talk about what tires it looks like everyone's using. So, not as cut and dry here tonight. It looks like there's lots of different strategies going on here in play. Great Ace, the one driver here, rocking out the softs at the beginning in this 36 lap race. Kind of interesting. I see lots of drivers like Abrupt, Firewater, Benzo, the Gator, Greybush, and Slingshot all starting on the mediums. Really solid choice. The mediums can really do some work here in Brazil, I feel. But it looks like the most popular choice here is to start on the hards, as all the guys at the back, both Alphas, Vodka, Slavage, and Pete, all starting on the hard tire. So it'll be quite interesting to see how far these drivers are able to push these hard tires here in Brazil, which is one of the hottest tracks for tire temps in the game. So maybe the hard tires will be the play. This could go really bad for Great Ace. It could, or maybe it'll work out for him. But one thing's for certain: Great Ace will definitely be the first one to pit. That is for certain. So unless some damage is sustained. Yeah, as we can see, drivers pulling in here now. Game's telling me that the hards can last a good while. We'll have to wait and see just how that works out, though. And it's lights out and away we go here at the Brazilian Grand Prix here in Sao Paulo. And right off the bat, it looks like Bad Madu has binned into the wall there at the back of the grid. I don't know if that's going to justify a restart. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Pete pulling out ahead of everyone else. Great Ace bouncing up into fourth. Obviously on the faster tire, the soft tire, it's going to give him a bit of an edge here at the beginning. As lots of movement going on here from the back. We can see here Firewire and Slavage kind of going at it there now. Both of them bouncing back and forth. Smoke and Greybush now also going side by side with... But speaking of which, that is if their Great Ace losing control. So now he's dropped to the back of the grid. Slim has now made the overtake, pulled up ahead of Slingshot. We just caught the last second of that there. As you can see at the back, Greybush has now fallen behind Stoney. And if we hop to the front, Firewater has moved himself up into fifth now, just behind Vodka. Gator also making the move on Slingshot there, as we can see. Smoke looking to make the move on Slingshot as well. Let's see if we catch that, but we can't lose track of our front here, as Great Ace has lost it again. It seems these soft tires were not the play. It seems that he started off strong, but they're just he's really having a hard time controlling them here in Brazil. So we're just going to hold on here. Firewater, though, now looking to make the move on Vodka. But Vodka having none of it, defending brilliantly there. But he does lose time there on the turn. As such, Firewater is able to pull ahead of him, as well as Abrupt. A bit of a mistake there from Vodka. But Vodka is fighting it. They're giving each other room. But Abrupt is going to let Vodka ahead of him. Playing safe here. Yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like Alpine of Bad Madu has now lost it as well. If we drop down and take a look at him real quick, he's now fallen behind to the back. And so has the Williams of Bad Madu, and so has the Alpine of Slingshot. He's now spun as well. He's having a rough time. Hopping back up to the front now. Benzo has now moved up in second. He is waiting to make his move on Pete. Fastest laps getting exchanged there. Larry now currently holds the fastest with a 112.7. But yeah, so it's looking like... So Benzo has now moved up. He's only a couple tenths now behind Pete. He might try to do something here in the DRS zone. But not quite. Not yet. Not yet. Benzo, similar to Australia, the first race of the season, he's going to have to wait for his opportunity here. He's going to have to be very patient. As Gator moves up, it looks like Slavage must have made some mistakes there. Didn't quite catch that there. Still holding on with Benzo, just trying to see when he makes the moment, when he picks his moment, when he makes the move, I should say, on Pete the Newfie. We're going to have to hold on. We're going to have to wait and see just what happens here. As the driver is about to head into the DRS zone, this could be Benzo Slice's chance to get ahead of Pete. Will this be it? Will Benzo make the move here going into the first turn? No, that's still not going to be it. But we have another DRS zone coming up immediately. Pete, though, still has a lot more ERS than Benzo, though, and he's using that to his advantage fully to stay ahead of Benzo Slice. But both of these two drivers are phenomenal. They're really going at it here. As we know, yellow sector 2, it appears the Mercedes of Stoney has lost control of his car there. So he's now falling behind even more so as well. Some more moves there. We're going to hop back now with, I was going to say Vodka. Vodka still holding on to 5th there. He's trying to gain some time on Firewater after the mistake he made earlier. We'll have to wait and see. Smoke's also getting closer to getting ahead of Slim. Once again, we have another yellow in Sector 2. Going a bit wider. Oh, it looks like, did Greybush make an error? Yes, Greybush did make an error there. But he's still on track. He's still trucking. Smoke now making his move on Slim in the DRS zone. He's going to pull ahead of Slim there coming out of that. But now, since we were watching Smoke, we didn't get to see it there. But Firewater losing control of his car there as well. He has spun out. He went off there, so now he has fallen all the way back into 10th under Smoke and Slim. So it seems Firewater still having trouble controlling his car here in this game. Even with crossplay, it's handling can be quite finicky in this game with these new cars. Yellow in Sector 2, I think it looks like Great Ace has made some mistakes there again. Now dropping down a bit as well. As Gator goes off on the grass there, coming into the final sector. So he's going to give up positions to Slavage and Smoke. So he has now dropped down into 8th. Slim also making the move on Gator there. Really nice and clean from Slim there. Good stuff to him. Now, as always, we're going to hop back to the lead of the race here now. Beat the Newfie. Pete the Newfie and Benzo Slice here still at the front going head-to-head here. Kind of what a lot of guys were anticipating, I think, going into this race. These two were going to be having one of their classic showdowns like last season. I also see some tangoing going on between Firewater and Gator. Two drivers who had a bit of an incident last week, but both also finished pretty high up there. So both of them have been going at it. But we have to hold on to see if Benzo can make that move on Pete here yet. Going into the DRS zone. And not quite, not just yet. Benzo still unable to get the move, but more importantly, Firewater, making a huge mistake there, has now dropped him all the way down to the back of the pack. Firewater was up as high as 5th that time, has now dropped all the way to the back. You hate to see it, you really do, you really do. Graybush now looking to make his move on Stony Stewart. Holding on here with Slingshot just ahead of them. Stony is going to get ahead of both of them though significantly, and now he's trying to run up to Ace. Ace just behind him. Now Graybush pulling ahead of Slingshot as well. And if we hop back up to the front, we can see Vodka has now moved back. I shouldn't say moved back, but moved up into third. He's now made the overtake on Larry Turd. And we can see Benzo peeking real close here in this DRS zone. But Pete, really clean, subtle defending there from Pete on that turn. But Benzo is coming in around the inside. Really close stuff from Benzo and Pete there. That's how you can tell you're dealing with two really clean drivers. Both of them able to go so close to each other and not make contact there. It's just phenomenal. Wow. Wow. As Graybush DNFs another race in PGR Season 8, that is going to be a safety car. That is going to be a safety car, our first safety car of the race. Graybush is out. It looks like he lost it there on the first turn of the track. So that is going to pause things momentarily. It looks like Slingshot picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under a safety car. Okay, that's similar to what I believe Larry had last week on Miami. But even worse, I think Larry's was 5 seconds, but this is like a full drive-through penalty. For poor Slingshot, who's already had a bit of a rough race here. So, here's where it all comes down to now. As we're waiting, as you can see, drivers behind the safety car. Imagine safety car might stay out for another lap. We can see Gator now pitting. He's coming out on the hards. So all drivers, first pits of the race. Slavage coming out in mediums now. Who else do we got here? So we got Firewater and Slingshot who've now pit as well. Slingshot though had a drive-through penalty, but he has now come out on the softs. And he's going to be at the back of the pack, as you would imagine, considering he had that penalty that he had to serve. And Firewater is now out on the hards. I imagine he might try to, at this point, if you're Firewater, he's going to have to try to go for something. He's going to have to try to like really push these hards. Really go for something crazy here. But that was some crazy side-by-side action there between Pete and Benzo before the safety car. Like I said, you got to give drivers props for that. That was really clean stuff to the two of them. Both of them amazing drivers. We loved their battle last season. Looking forward to seeing some more here of this race once the safety car goes in. It was very close before the safety car. It wasn't really leaning in either guy's favor anyway, so it's not like this safety car... It's not like the safety car really did anyone favors. I mean, I guess if I had to say, I have to say this is more in Pete's favor, because this is going to wear Benzo's mediums out faster. But I'm not 100% as to who's going to come out better from here. I mean, it might give Benzo, if Benzo's a better launch, it would be good for him. We cannot count out Vodka. Now this has given Vodka and Larry perfect amount of time to get right caught up with everyone else again. So We could very well see Vodka make a move on Benzo from behind as well. So we're going to have to hold on and wait and see for that. But it looks like the safety car is staying out for another lap, unfortunately. Sorry to say. You know, Brazil, one of the shorter tracks on the calendar. More laps. So. But yeah, so Slingshot still needs to serve. It looks like he still needs to serve that drive-through penalty, though. So I'm not sure when he's going to decide to do that. We'll have to wait and see when he decides to do that. If I was him, I think he really should just served it under safety car, but yeah, so now Greybush is out. As we said earlier, Greybush is now out of the race. He's had a really tough start to the season so far. Hasn't gotten any points for Red Bull. Not the one. $18 points, I believe, was his total last season. He hasn't even gotten a single point yet. Really been struggling. Which is a shame, because it really looked like he had a chance to get some points here. But that's all you can do, you know? And the safety car is going to be in this lap, so we are going to hop on with Benzo and see if he is able to get a better launch than Pete here. Or Vodka, even. And here we go. Safety car is in. We are resuming. Let's go. As Badmadou, who has been the king of the safety cars. Oh, that's just what I'm saying. Like, Badmadou is recovering some positions. Immediately loses it. Badmadou really struggling here tonight. This has not been his night. He's already fallen down. You see a couple of guys here in the middle. Slavage, Stoney, Gator, all going side by side here. Big battle here in the middle of the pack. As Stoney definitely comes out worse for wear there. See lots of moves going on here. But yeah, this has been a really rough race so far for Badmadou. Started looking like he was recovering some positions there and just lost it again. Hopped up into the front, going in his DRS zone. Oh, it looks like Great Ace has lost it. Yes, Great Ace has got off on the grass. So now he's had to recover and he has fallen all the way to the back with Badmadou. So now both of those drivers are at the back. As we can see here, Smoke was popping his stuff there. Ace has now completely lost it again. He almost DNF'd the race there. He almost hit right into the barricades there. This has been a terrible race for both Badmadou and Great Ace here tonight. Both of them just doing nothing. It's not been their night, I'll tell you that. As we can see, Slim, though, has recovered great from where he started in 14th, I believe, and now has moved up all the way into 7th. Now he's just behind Gator. And we can see Sling still has to serve that penalty. He's currently behind Smoke. We'll just have to wait and see what he can do here. If there's anything he can do, because he still has to serve this penalty. The question is, when is he going to serve that? You know? As you can see, Slavage is also close to Slim, though. He's hot on Slim's heels. And he's not going to let up. 20% battery left. Trying to catch him. DRS is now enabled. Maybe he should have saved his battery for next time around. I don't know. And they also have the Alfa Romeo Gator just ahead of them as well here. But now going into the DRS zone. Can Slavage do it here? As Slingshot finally decides to pit. Oh, to serve his drive-through penalty. Slim going wide there. Slavage is going to pull ahead of him because of that. Okay. Alpine driver is going to move up in 7th. Hopping up to Larry here now, who's just behind Vodka. About to go into this DRS zone. Looks like he lost some time to him here in these last few turns, though. Yeah. Definitely losing some time there. As we have another accident. Firewater goes off in the grass there as well. Great Ace now finally gets a 3-second time penalty after all those times he went off track. As Firewater spins again. Man, Firewater's just like several of the guys here just having terrible races here tonight. Great Ace has really struggled. Slingshot with the drive-through penalty. Firewater has had several spins. You know, Bad Madoo. Lots of guys struggling here, but someone who's on the up here, Larry, literally on Vodka's heels here. Waiting for his moment to get past him. Pete and Benzo at the front, we can see still going at it. Haven't quite. Benzo still hasn't been able to make. He's been keeping up with Pete, but he still hasn't been able to make the overtake though. So now Smoke is kind of the gatekeeper of the points here as Abrupt makes some mistakes with some positions there to Stony. Go flag there. Looks like Firewater also made some more errors there. Oh, we gotta hop up to the front, As Benzo is going side by side with Pete the Newfie. Doesn't. So close. He was so close to the overtake there on Pete, but just didn't quite get it. He's gonna try again here though in this sector. But I don't think he's gonna be close enough here this time though. Nope. As Stony picks up a 3-second time penalty. Great Ace. Now obviously he's had it rough here, but Great Ace should feel very lucky that he didn't completely DNF the race there. He was so close to hitting into that barrier and just insta DNFing. Similar to his rival of last season, I should say, Greybush. Hasn't really been much of a rival here this season, as Greybush hasn't really been able to get his boots wet, you know, get his feet off the ground this season. But yeah, hopping back here now, we got Smoke here, like I said, gatekeeping the points. One clearly in 10th now, but he wants to move up into 9th. He's trying to get past Abrupt here. And he does. And Abrupt willing to pit before him. But now Smoke is completely out of ERS. And Abrupt goes into the pits. Okay, so Abrupt has now taken this moment to pit. And I imagine he's coming back out to finish the race on the hards, I would imagine. I would assume so. And yes, oh no, the softs. He's coming out in the softs. So Abrupt is on the softs. So he's going to come out in 12th on the grid. Babadoo and Slingshot have now moved up ahead of him. Both trying to see if they can finish the race in the points. We must have missed it during all the kerfuffle, but Vodka has now fallen. Looks like Firewater having some more issues in the back. Oh, I gotta feel bad for him. Currently in 14th. But yeah, during the kerfuffle, it looks like Larry finally had his moment and got past Vodka. Larry has now pulled ahead of Vodka. Vodka is now in 4th. They've swapped places. Now Vodka is going to have to wait for his moment. As we see, we have another yellow flag in it's Firewater again, isn't it? Yes, he's lost it again. He's completely off track again. And he's going to have to safely come back. That's looking like that's going to be it for Firewater's race, unfortunately, for the Haas driver. It's not looking too good. Not looking too good at all. As we now see Smoke looking to make his move on Slim. Move up from 9th to 8th, but he has very little ERS. But he does it there in the DRS zone. Just barely pulls ahead of Slim there. Moves up into 8th. We also have Slavage now, who's currently just behind Gator. Gator's had a fairly solid race so far. Coming off of his podium that he had retracted from him due to penalties last race. He lost his podium, so he dropped into 4th. So now he's gunning to get a true podium this race. So see how that turns out for him. Vodka's still waiting for his moment to get past Larry here. Still trying to gain some time on him. Speaking on gains though, both of them have lost a significant amount of time to both Pete and Benzo. And Pete has gained time on Benzo as well. Not a ton, still only a second up on Benzo. Anything can happen, but he has gained some time on Benzo. That's very important. That means that Benzo's mediums are starting to wear. As we have a yellow flag in Sector 2, looks like the Haas again, I would imagine. Is that what as Slingshot has now decided to pit. You have Haas there yet, trying to come back on track there. We just noticed him at the right side of the screen. More yellow flags. Man, Firewater is just out of this race, man. He's off the track again. You know, if this was his teammate Doyle, it's understandable, but like the Fire, sad to see, because he really shouldn't be struggling like this. This is like he was gunning for the win here tonight, and ever since that first big mistake, it's just been a downhill slope here for him tonight. Hasn't really been able to recover. 16 laps left of the race. The gap has gotten even further for Benzo and Pete now, almost 5 seconds up on Larry, 6 on Vodka. But now Benzo is starting to recover some time. And yet, Firewater has retired from the session. Yellow flags are out, but I think he did the courtesy of retiring in the pits. Yep. You can tell from the tire swap there. He was DNF, but they swapped his tires, so yes, Firewater did retire in the pits. Fortunately, he did not crash and cause a safety car. That's great to see. So yeah, you're listening, Fire. Really unfortunate for you there, but you'll get him next week, man. As we see Gator picking up a penalty now. If you're Slavage, you're like, hallelujah. It's going to be great for him. See how it turns out for Slavage. Slavage now getting awfully close to him as well. We haven't really seen much of Slavage this race, but he has definitely he had good pace and quality, and he's had a pretty solid race here so far. His teammate not so much. Slingshot's been really struggling, but he's really been holding his own here. Gator being extremely aggressive there. Really didn't want to give up a position to Slavage, but Slavage was able to just have barely enough room to get through. Thought there being an accident there. As we see though, Gator, losing a bit of traction there. Lost 10-2. There to Slavage. As now Slim has gone into the pits. He's coming out on fresh mediums to finish the race. So he's dropped back to 11th. And after taking his hards 20 laps, both Larry and Stoney... Oh! Slavage losing traction there. He actually got ghosted. So this is now going to be Gator's moment to make the overtake. Gator is going to pull ahead of Slavage again. As Slavage did make a little bit of a mistake there, but he was able to recover it, so good stuff to Slavage for that recovery. Not everyone will be able to do that. Now, as I was saying, we've had lots and lots of pits here tonight. Back to back here. Like I said, both Larry, Stoney, Slim all pitting for fresh mediums. Smoke still needs to pit though. He's on. Some of these drivers are still out on those 21 lap both hards. But as we can see, Bad Madu is now at the back, and now Firewater's DNF. Bad Madu is at the back in Slingshot on their hards, and Bad still needs to pit. So Bad, unfortunately, it looks like Bad Madu's race is pretty much done and dusted here. It's not looking too good. As I just say that, we have a safety car. Bad, I just said, again, commentator's curse, I literally was just saying Bad Madu's race is done and dusted, and he DNFs. So, that is now the second safety car of the race. That is going to give... So now Vodka, it's the perfect time to pit, and I would imagine that Pete and Benzo are going to pit as well. So they will all be on fresh tires for the restart. So this is going to be a battle. This is going to be a sprint to the finish, I think, here near the end. I imagine Smoke will also pit once they get to the entrance. We'll wait and see here now. Abrupt is going to be pitting again as well. Yeah, Great Ace assigned to pit again. Under safety car as well, same with Abrupt. Abrupt's going to finish on these fresh hards, it looks like. But yeah, not the most surprising DNF. Bad Madu was struggling pretty bad there this race. Just wasn't able to really get anything going, unfortunately. Vodka's going to be finishing race in the softs. Benzo and Pete are coming out now. Imagining they're going to finish on the softs as well. Let's see. Softs for Pete and softs for Benzo. So, if you're Pete, so I wonder if this was another, as we would always joke about to anyone who was watching the streams during Season 7, as we would always joke about with Season 7, is Benzo is the luckiest motherfucker when it comes to safety cars. Benzo's PayPal safety car service, I guess, is open again for business this season. I guess Bad Madu is like one of his biggest clients. He must have hired Bad. He must have PayPal'd Bad another $50 to cause a safety car. I mean, come on, Bad's race was pretty much over. Like he was gonna have to pit again. Like he really should have retired in the pits. So I don't know. But it's all jokes, but yeah. It is looking like Benzo's safety car service coming in clutch for him again. His PayPal account getting some traction. As he, you know, the safety car really worked out well for him. He was, at that point, he was a couple seconds behind Pete. Everyone was behind Pete, and now everyone has another chance again. Except it looks like some guys still in the pit. Are they going to go into the pit here? Or are they going to finish the race in these tires? As Slavage, nope. Slavage is going to pit. I was wondering if Slavage was going to pit, and Slavage has pit. However, Slavage did pit. However, he's coming out in the softs. However, he has now picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. What a choke! Slavage has had such a good race so far, and now he just choked it with that. That's going to cost him some positions, I think, by the end of this race. Those seconds will make a difference. So right now, the only driver who's on the oldest tires happens to be Gator. I'm surprised he didn't pull into the pits with Slavage at the time as well. But he is on the hard, so it looks like maybe Gator is going to try to take these hearts to the end. He's going to try to do something crazy. I don't know. But he's currently right behind Pete. Looking to ruin Pete's race in stunning fashion. Hopefully he doesn't dive bomb Pete like he did to Firewater last week. Sorry, Gator. I mean, first penalty of the season for obvious reasons. You know, we hold nothing back here in the comms booth. Unfortunately. But yeah, so it looks like he's going to be taking these hards, and Benzo's going to try to make another run at Pete. Both of them on the soft. Safety car in this lap with 10 laps left to go of the race. Larry on the mediums, Vodka on the softs. Again, it's going to be another battle up front. A couple of wild cards. Smoke and Slim are holding their own. Having decent races, considering where they started in quali. And we got our restart here. Let's see, Larry makes the move, actually pulls ahead of Benzo with these mediums. Again, just showing how amazing these mediums are here, really. But now we're going into the DRS zone again. Oh, and it looks like Great Ace has lost it on the first turn. He has. Great Ace has lost it on the first turn, so he's now in the back. So it looks like his race is pretty much done. Looks like Great Ace will not be finishing in the points. Sorry to say for your teammate there, Benzo, as Slim gets overtaken by Slavich there. He drops down. He now has Abrupt right behind him to worry about. Smoke now right behind Stoney, who's right behind Vodka. All these guys, we're going to have to wait for his DRS zone and see how this shapes up. Larry is now, he's in third. He's trying to get ahead of Gator here, who's on these old hards. Going into the DRS zone, let's see if Larry gains on him. It looks like he's going to do it with ease. As Pete takes fastest lap of the race with a 111.3 for now. See if that stays till the end. As Uncle Larry, after just getting past Gator, makes a big error in that first section and completely loses control of the car and drops all the way down to 11th. And now Benzo is going to be making the run on Gator. So that looks like that's going to be it for Larry. Larry was looking like he was going to have a podium finish here tonight. It was really looking like Larry was going to be at least on podium here tonight, but now he's fallen all the way to the back. Other than Great Ace, who's now pit again, whose race is basically over. But Larry is basically out of the points right now. This could be really detrimental to AlphaTauri in the Constructors' Championship. This could be a great race for Ferrari to gain a lead, especially if Pete wins here. He's been leading the race the whole night. We'll have to wait and see. But that's huge. Larry has now basically fallen out of the win chances. DRS has now been re-enabled. So now Benzo, in this next DRS zone, I imagine, is going to make his move on Gator. However, Vodka is also just behind him as well. Smoke picks up a 3-second time penalty. If you're Slim, you're like hallelujah over that. So we'll see where Slim finishes out. Tight stuff between Gator and Benzo there, but Benzo does manage to pull ahead. Now it's up to Vodka to get ahead of Gator. Again, these old hards, I think, are really going to bite Gator in the ass here. That he didn't pit under safety car. As Vodka lassos his way in there around Gator. Gator, respect that. And he does. He lets Vodka gets ahead of him. Damn, Vodka with that lasso. Vodka with that lasso of justice, fucking Wonder Woman style right there. Fucking Snoop Dogg. Does a little swoop on fucking Gator there. Vodka dropping it like it's hot. Pete posting another fastest lap. Benzo just ahead of Vodka. Looks like Benzo made a little bit of a mistake there. Vodka is keeping up with him, but Stoney, again, like we said earlier, has not had his chance to shine yet this season, is now in 4th, looking for a really good finish, his first really strong finish here for Mercedes this season. Not too far behind Vodka, anything is still possible. But now Pete picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Pete clearly Pete has been pushing extremely hard this race to keep that lead from Benzo. And now all those warnings have finally started adding up. And now Pete has accumulated enough warnings to pick up a 3-second time penalty. So now it's all going to come down to this gap. As Gator makes some mistakes there and drops back in 7th behind Slavage and Smoke. It's looking like it's going to be a really tight finish here at the end. It's going to be a very tight fucking finish, especially now that with all the penalties. Gator's now got in the pits. He has to pit. That's what I'm saying. I knew that was going to work out like that. I'm very shocked. And he gets up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh my god, Gator's race is looking like it's over as well, similar to Larry. Again, I was saying this. You guys heard me. I was saying this. I'm very shocked Gator didn't pit under safety car. Like, he got completely screwed over here by not doing so. So one bad pit and it can completely ruin your race. It looks like that's what's happened to Gator here, unfortunately. Now he's basically out of the running as well. Smoke now, though, has moved all the way up into 5th and now is just behind Stoney. Like I said, it's all going to come down to that gap between Pete and Benzo at the end here. Unless, of course, Benzo picks up a penalty. Then it's back at Pete's corner again, but man. Oh, and Benzo gains a ton of time on Pete there. A ton of time. Pete must have made a huge mistake there. Has now lost his entire gap to Benzo. Benzo Slice is now hot on his heels, and Pete has a 3-second time penalty. So even if Benzo doesn't pass Pete, even if Pete holds the lead for the remainder of the race, Pete has now just lost his entire gap. He had like a 3-second gap on Benzo, has now been completely lost. Benzo is now just behind Pete. Benzo doesn't even need to pass Pete to win, he literally just has to keep up with him. However, Vodka is just behind these two guys, and he's shooting for the win as well. And if Vodka gets past Benzo, he can win the race. So if you're Benzo, you just need to stay ahead of Vodka and keep up with Pete to win. And if you're Vodka, you need to get past Benzo to win. So it's really not looking good for Pete here. He has two guys with only 5 laps to go. He has two guys here clawing at him further. They both want that win so badly. Oh, Vodka picks up traction and spins. Vodka was looking like he was going to have a podium finish at the very least. And now he's just completely lost traction. Oh my god, and Vodka's fallen all the way back into 6th. Lost a ton of time. Slim is now even gaining time on him. Goodness me. Slavage now here currently in 5th. He's trying to gain on Smoke. But you gotta keep in mind, Smoke is fighting. He hasn't had his podium yet this season. He wants it. If he wants it, he's gonna have to pass Stoney Stewart, I believe. If we just check the penalties here, we're gonna keep an eye on the penalties here now. It's all gonna come down to these. Even if Slavage gets ahead of Smoke and Stoney, he's not gonna do him much good because of penalties. But if Smoke gets ahead of Stoney, he'll have his first podium. Both Stoney and Smoke fighting for their first podiums of the season. And you got Benzo fighting Pete for his first win. It's now completely back in Benzo's favor. Yeah, so that really, you really gotta feel bad for Vodka there. He was having a really strong race and then just completely lost some traction. Had no grip on his tires there at the end of the lap, and has now fallen all the way back into 6th. Some yellows there. Looks like Gator struggling. Graves picking up another penalty, as we can see. But if you're Pete, your goal here is you need to get that gap to Benzo up again, which, to be fair, he is doing fairly well here. He's gotten it back to a second. However, he only has 3 more laps to gain another 2 seconds on Benzo. So he has to drive pretty much flawlessly here if he wants to win the race. If he makes one more mistake, it's over. It will be Benzo's win. All Benzo has to do is drive clean, and he will win here. He'll win his first race of the season. We're just holding on with these guys right now, Slavage and Smoke, who are at the back close to Stoney. This will be huge for Smoke if he's able to get ahead of Stoney here. Likewise for Stoney if he's able to pull this off and get his podium in the Mercedes. He's had such a rough start to the season. He's had it rough this week. Be great for him as well. Both drivers, we'd love to see him get podium. Only one of them can. We're going to have to hold on here and see. As we can see at the back, Larry is starting to gain on Slim as well. Larry's trying to gain a bit more points for his team since his teammate Smoke. It would have been a really strong finish for AlphaTauri. This it would have been a really great finish for AlphaTauri this race if Larry had made that mistake. But now it will stay a bit more competitive at least. That's interesting to see. These drivers all been staying pretty consistent here, pretty even. No big movements here yet. We're just waiting to see what happens. As mentioned, Pete is actually losing time to Benzo again. Benzo makes the overtake on Pete there. For the first time this race, Pete has lost the lead of the race, and he has a 3-second time penalty. Benzo with no time penalties yet, going into the final laps of the race. Smoke has now overtaken. Stoney has, just as we say that, 2 crazy things happen back to back. Benzo passes Pete, and Stoney makes a mistake in the exact same spot as Vodka. He now drops behind Vodka into 6th. Vodka moves up into 5th. Slavage is now sitting in 4th. He's looking like a solid 4th place finish for this race this season. And with only 2 laps to go, it's looking like this is going to be Smoke's first podium of the season. Didn't have a single one last season. It's going to be his first podium in a long time in PGR. Is what it's looking like. He just has to keep it together. He does have Slavage right behind him, putting on pressure. So you have to keep that in mind as well here. But now Benzo has passed Pete. As long as Benzo doesn't make a mistake, it's looking like it's definitely looking like a win for Pete here. Or sorry, not Pete, Benzo, Jesus. It's looking like Benzo's first win in PGR here. And it's looking like it's all because Pete lost that 3-second gap he had on him. Because he had the 3-second gap to make up for the penalty, but he lost it, and he wasn't able to recover it. Unfortunately. With only 1 lap to go, it's really looking like Benzo's race here. Slavage does get the overtake on Smoke, but it's not going to matter if Slavage has 2 more seconds time penalties. Guys, respect each other, respect each other. And Smoke goes a bit wide there. Has to play safety to Slavage. Come on, guys. Last race. Don't have another incident. Don't have an incident here. For the love of fuck. As we see both drivers making contact, they spin. That's fuck off. Fuck off, Slavage. Like, fuck off. The Smoke. No, he goes wide there again. What are you doing? Oh my god. Vodka, for the love of God, let this man finish ahead of you. I will buy you a drink, my buddy. Let this man finish ahead of you. He just got done so dirty. The man couldn't fucking be patient. There's going to be some words. There's going to be some words between these 2 guys. There's going to be some words between Smoke and Slavage there. I can already tell. That was really unnecessary. And that will do it, folks. Benzo Slice wins his first race in PGR this season as Vodka comes up to the finish line. What happened to Smoke there? Smoke, due to penalties, he actually drops down into 5th. Oh my goodness. Due to penalties, Smoke does not finish on the podium. Vodka actually pulls the podium on Slavage and Smoke there. So that's it, folks. Benzo Slice wins his first race of PGR Season 8. He is our winner here in Brazil. Pete Danufi finishes second, but he's not going to be too happy about that. He definitely felt like he could have the win there. Vodka makes a huge recovery, pulls off the podium he wanted to get after. You really got a feel for smoking. I don't know, smoking Slavage. That's definitely going to be an incident there for sure. That's going to be talked about. That's going to be talked about there of whose fault that was. But Smoke had the gap in terms of penalties. Smoke, Stoney spun. He fell out of it. Smoke was ahead of Slavage. Slavage had more penalties than Smoke, but then that incident happened, and Smoke lost all his gap that he had on Vodka, who had no penalties. So for my driver of the day today, who am I going to give driver of the day to? That is the question. It's really hard to pick a driver of the day here, you know. I think because lots of drivers there was a lot of mistakes all around here from pretty much everyone. Made some mistakes here today. Slim started in 14th, moved up to 8th. Good stuff to him. Was able to finish in the points. Same with Slingshot. Larry made that big mistake, which cost him. Stoney made some mistakes there too, which cost him. Abrupt finishing in 6th. After I believe he started in... he started a bit further down. I know that for a fact. Smoke in 5th. Heartbreaking 5th for Smoke, in my opinion. 4th for Slavage, 3rd for Vodka. Dang, that is a hard driver of the day to decide. I think for driver of the day here, I'm going to have to give it to for Vodka for making that mistake and being able to keep it together and really and pull it along there near the end. He also had an amazing overtake there. Actually, if I'm being quite honest, I feel like I have to give, you know, if I'm really being honest here, this is the first time ever I've done this in PGR. I'm actually going to have to retract that statement of Vodka having driver of the day. I'm actually going to have to give it to Smoke. My fucking condolences, man. You drove an amazing drive. That should not have happened at the end. Out of respect, Vodka, I hope you understand. I'm actually going to give driver of the day to Smoke there. Out of respect. Out of pure respect, I'm going to give that driver of the day to Smoke. So let's get our podium. Let's get our podium in here for a quick interview session.
Have to do to get driver of the day. So I have to win a race and
did you just tune in? Did you just tune in? Did you just tune in?
I got to disagree with you, Will. I got to get Benzo driver of the day for me, man. Speak of devil, here he is.
I don't like giving first place winners driver of the day. That's my bias. Apologies.
Oh my god.
But yes, Benzo, man, you did drive a flawless drive. No bias at all. If we're really getting into the driver of the day, if that's a debacle, I'm very upset for Smoke. Leon needs to fucking stop being so aggressive on the final lap of a race. That was absolutely ridiculous. That's the worst incident I've seen so far this season.
What happened?
Just stupidity.
I didn't see. My bad.
You'll see in the VOD. But regardless, I don't want to take your win away from you, man. Your first win of the season. We were talking about it the other day. We were like, you know, there's multiple winners. different winners every race. Only repeat win we've had so far was Pete in Miami, and now we've had you here in Brazil. How are you feeling, man? You managed to keep up with Pete the whole time, and you didn't pick up a single penalty.
Hey, I was on my last warning, so I was scared all the way till the end. But I mean, I was just trying to keep it on track, and at one point, obviously, the mediums were done, and I was still on track. And I was like, no, I ain't going. I'm waiting. And then as soon as I saw like a yellow on the track, I was like, that's my time to shine. But yeah, I got scared at one point because I got I had Gator and who was it? Gator and Savage like in front of me, and they were going slow. So I was like, hey, yo, y'all need to move because I'm chasing Pete, But in the end, I was able to. They pitted, so it was like done deal.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you should watch the VOD back because I actually do make, again, not take your win from you, but I do make a mention to the Benzo Slice PayPal safety car service. So as long as there was no shady business with Bad Madu there, because I think the motherfucker really should have retired in the pits, since he was so out of the race. But
yeah, he could have tried in, yeah.
Like Firewater did. Respect to Firewater. Really sad to see what happened to him tonight. But yeah, that was amazing from you. And from you, Pete, I wasn't able to catch it there. What happened when you lost that 3-second gap you had to Benzo there near the end? Was that on the final turn?
Oh, it was a stupid mistake by me. Coming out of the pit lane there, you got that really tight left and then tight right. I understeered right and I got wing damage. So what happened is that I think 5 or 6 laps away from the end, I understeered wide and it nabbed me with 3 seconds. So stupid mistake, but Benzo had me under pressure the whole time. I was smiling almost the whole first stint, man. It was unreal racing.
Yeah, right. I was watching that whole battle before that first safety car.
Oh,
and,
so good, man.
That
so
was
fun. Good shit,
that just showed just how good you two are at clean racing. Yeah, wheel to wheel, super, had tons of respect for each other's space. It was amazing to watch.
The thing is, Benzo, that when your mediums were really going off, man, you had some wicked pace on them old tires. Holy shit, I could not get away from it.
Hey, bro, I was just trying to stay within 1 second. If I was off that 1 second, you realize at one point you got off the 1 second, you were like a second and a half, and it was done. Like you went 2.3, and you were just gone.
Oh man, that was a hell of a battle, buddy. Good clean racing, no contact whatsoever. Good shit.
Oh yeah, yo, bro, we never touched, bro. It was clean all the way.
Oh man, it was really good shit, man.
Super clean racing, and of course, last but not least, Vodka. You had a really good race there, man. Obviously, it was looking like you could have had the win there at one point, similar to Larry. Larry was looking real strong there too, as well as Stoney. I think you and Stoney actually had a very similar instance there. Just yours happened first. You had more time to recover from it. How did your strategy go for you tonight, you feel?
So my strategy went exactly how I wanted it to go. Obviously, I lost the win by making that mistake the last turn, a few laps before the end there. But the whole race, I just took everything with pride, kept my head down, and as you saw, I just made my way up the grid slowly with a solid strategy, and then I came in third. I saw that I felt like I was slipping away with Savage's time penalty because I just needed to be within 5 seconds. And then all of a sudden, I just kept pushing, and I was like, I just have to keep pushing. Something happens, I have to. Lo and behold, people racing, take each other out, whatever, and then I got in there. So, thank you there, man. I just head down and go. Podium, baby.
Yeah, another podium for the books for you. And I imagine it won't be the last one.
My pass on Gator, bro, right there.
Yeah, okay. Can I be off script here? The sole reason I retracted driver of the day is because I don't want to give you driver of the day and play of the game, and I already know you're getting play of the game for that because that was so sexy. That was such a bro. You gave him the lasso, man. You gave him the fucking Wonder Woman lasso of truth, bro. You just fucking came right in around there, man. That's getting play of the game. So at least take joy in that you're getting another play of the game.
I will. I'll take that out.
For sure. But anyways, fellas, thanks for joining me for a post-race interview. Another exciting race in PGR. Really clean racing. Good stuff, fellas. And anyone who's watching, make sure you join us next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the next race number 7, which I believe is Austria, which should be a really exciting one. I imagine similar to this. It's going to be a nail biter, I would imagine. So that's it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man,
Thanks
thank
again
you
for
for
the
having
amazing